gang, it's Patrick.
And Adam.
Welcome to our second day of the 12 Days of Disney, where we chat about 12 Disney-related topics in the 12 days leading up to, you guessed it, Christmas Day. Today's topic is...
Restrooms.
I'm afraid of this topic, Adam. I'm nervous
Why?
about it. I don't know. I feel like potty humor is not where I like to live, you know?
This is very serious. We're not here to make jokes about restrooms.
I'm fancy with my comedy. I would never make a potty joke.
Never. If the 100 and however many episodes we've done up until this point have proven anything, it's that we are very serious podcasters who do not make poo-poo jokes.
Ever. I don't give a crap what you say. I'm not making a bathroom joke on this episode. But yes, that's true. We have to talk about restrooms. They're a thing. They're a thing at Disney.
We do have to talk about them. It's required that we talk about them. They are a thing. Patrick, do you have a favorite restroom in a Disney park that you can think of?
Oh, I do. I do indeed. And it is the restrooms in Galaxy's Edge. I think they're phenomenal, spacious. You can use a stall without being right on top of somebody else. You know, I don't like it. I don't like being just there's a lot of space. There's a lot of space is what I'm saying. And they always seem very clean in there too.
Well, they're brand new, aren't they?
That's true. They have not been destroyed yet.
Right. That's an excellent choice. They are very spacious. They still keep with the theming, but yet you don't feel like you're being punched in the face with Star Warsiness when you're in them.
Oh, not even that so much. I do love a themed bathroom, but yeah, you're right. But I'm not being punched in the face by the smell that's coming out of somebody else. What? I'm just being very honest today.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. No, I agree because as we all know, those of us who have been to Disney parks, there can be scents unaffiliated with Disney that you encounter in those restrooms.
What about you? Do you have a favorite restroom within Disney?
Excellent question. Probably should have thought about this before I asked it of you.
Yeah.
Did not think about it. Let's see, a favorite restroom. You know what? I could take or leave the Tangled Restrooms. I think aesthetically they look great, but I know a lot of people really love those Tangled Restrooms.
Here's what I'll say. I don't get it. I don't understand. The outside of it, yes, the facade of the restroom, that little area, so cute. Couldn't be more darling as a rest area.
Right.
But the restrooms are just, I don't know. I don't see the appeal, the extra appeal of them. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just basically an exterior refurbishment of restrooms that already existed, right?
Exactly. And the Magic Kingdom, you can keep a bathroom clean there for 13 seconds before it is destroyed.
It truly is the Magic Kingdom restrooms, and the restroom that's right at the front of Hollywood Studios. You know what I'm talking about, is just always a nightmare.
Can't recommend it. Can't recommend it to a friend.
No, so I'm still thinking and processing about what is my favorite restroom on property.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, obviously the restroom that's in your hotel, I guess, the private restroom that is just for you.
Just leave me alone. Let me do my business on my own, please and thank you.
That's right.
I can only think of really awful restrooms.
Okay, we can go down that path as well.
Oh, do you know what restroom I do appreciate, although it's not in a park, is the restroom in Abracadabra, but that's probably because I just spend so much time in Abracadabra.
Yeah, that's true. Because the restroom itself isn't very big, but it is actually always clean. Again, I think it kind of has to be because it's within a restaurant. But yeah, the little hallway leading up to it is fun as well. Yeah.
You get a little magic mirror view of yourself.
It's true. It's a magical bathroom. Who doesn't want a magical bathroom?
While I think more about my favorite restroom, Patrick, have you ever had any emergency bathroom experiences in a Disney park?
We're getting real intimate here on this only the second day of this experiment we've come across. Luckily, I have not had an emergency on Disney property. I guess the only time, not an emergency, but I hate using the bathroom when I'm doing Run Disney because I just don't like to stop for nonsense like that. But sometimes you have to. And then I'm grateful that there are roughly 1 million porta potties around.
But isn't it a thing for some runners just not to stop? Why don't you just commit to the run and just not stop?
I don't know that's intentional. I don't think that someone's going, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to poop my pants on this run. And especially not for Run Disney. No one is taking the run that seriously that they need to evacuate while running.
Great point. You know what restroom just did pop to mind that I've always had a good experience in, though I'm sure the day is coming. No, don't think about it that way. Okay. But the Alice in Wonderland restrooms outside of the Alice in Wonderland attraction in Disneyland, did you ever go into those?
I did. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They're sort of like in that wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it's carved into a boulder or something.
Yes, and it's kind of Queen of Hearts themed. I mean, it's a deck of cards themed, really, is what the restroom is.
Yeah, good one. I didn't even think about that. I never think of Disneyland. Sorry about it, Disneyland. I never think of you. I just haven't experienced Disneyland as much as you have.
Well, if you want to talk about great restrooms, head on over to Disneyland.
And talk about the restrooms there.
Do you think there's an added pressure to keep the restrooms in Disneyland immaculate because it is Walt's original park?
He still leaves notes for the custodial crew, I think.
Did you know that in the original draft of his opening day speech, he said, "To all who come to this happy, well-toileted place, welcome."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was draft one. It didn't make it, but the thought counted. We should give a round of applause, though, to the custodial staff within the Disney parks. Boy, can that job not be the funnest, but they do an amazing job.
And that leads me to the fact that we need to get a custodial staff member on the podcast because they have some stories to tell, I am sure.
They are the true secret keepers within Disney.
Do you think there's any special events where they just know it's going to be a disaster afterwards? Like if there's a certain Christmas party, or maybe it's the Halloween party when kids have too much candy and they're just like, oh God, here it comes. This is going to be a nightmare.
It's going to be just a real whirlwind. Don't want to be part of that. Yeah, they must have that. They must also know the restrooms the secret restrooms that nobody really knows about. I'm thinking there's one that's sort of behind the theater where Finding Nemo plays within Animal Kingdom that almost nobody is in ever. And that's the one I choose to use because no one's ever in there.
That's the one you choose to use.
It's true.
I love those secret bathrooms that are not as frequently frequented, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. You can sometimes tell by just looking at the location of a bathroom of like, not a chance I'm stepping foot in there. That is a hazardous wasteland.
I want to find the restroom that is in the area least populated by children, you know?
I do absolutely know. I'm looking at restrooms along Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood Studios. No, ma'am, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, if you've just been on Tower of Terror and then follow it up with Rock and Roller Coaster, you may experience some things, and that makes me not want to visit the restrooms near those attractions.
High-trafficked restrooms, no thank you.
Which park do you think has the best restrooms? Do you think it's Animal Kingdom because it's the newest?
Oh, good question. I don't know. If we're giving out an award for the best restrooms, yeah, I guess, I mean, it would always have to go to whatever's newest within the parks because they're the cleanest restrooms so far.
Outside of Tiffin's and Nomad Lounge's restroom, I'm struggling to even think of a restroom in Animal Kingdom.
Well, there's the one that's leading up to, it's almost connected to a gift shop that's leading up to the safari.
Oh, sure. And then there's also the one just outside of Expedition Everest in its own kind of little building.
Yep. And I think there's one just before you go into Dinoland, USA.
But I feel like of all the parks, Animal Kingdom, for me anyway, is the one where I've had the least negative experiences walking into a restroom. So the custodial staff at Animal Kingdom is to be commended.
Well done. We applaud you, Animal Kingdom custodial staff. I'm so glad that we were brave enough to cover this topic, Adam, for the 12 Days of Christmas, this restroom episode. And it's appropriate that it is episode number 2. You know?